Texas baseball is back. Basketball endures rough road challenges, and we examine the coaching carousel of Texas football up next on College Crossfire. I guess we'll get into it, guys. Always enthusiastic, unbelievable, hard-nosed.
Roll up the sleeves for this one.
This Dallas team was very overrated from the start, like they always are every year.
The talent there, Kevin Mack, Eric Davis, and Cohen Roach are maybe three of the most talented guys in the team.
Oh, that's an ugly shirt.
Always a pleasure having you on, guys.
Time to freak out, Reese.
Good evening and welcome to the only live sports show on the 40 acres. It is College Crossfire. I'm your host, Reese Miller. Tremendous show we have planned for you. Starting with that brand new intro. Shout out to Eric Goodman for making that one for us. And time to introduce our fresh new panelists. We've got Jonathan Polasek. Returning Jonathan, I will tell you, no one has ever gone back-to-back in their first two shows. Do you think you can be the first one to break the streak?
We're going to see. We're going to see. I don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see.
Okay, I like the coach talk. Yeah, you got to feature yourself. Jordan Sanchez making your debut. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Reese. How about yourself?
Good, good. Thank you for asking. Not everybody asks, but a local product from Bowie High School doing well, and the always riveting Joe Morris here to bring it today. What's up, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
On that note, we're going to get right into it, guys. Last week, the Texas men's basketball team lost 2 games against number 3 Oklahoma and number 14 Iowa State on the road. The Orange gave them all they could handle, but rebounded last night, throttling West Virginia with help from a scorching hot Eric Davis and steady presence of Isaiah Taylor down the stretch. Guys, what do you think the difference was between the 2 losses and the impressive victory, really over another top 10 team? And how do the Horns keep this sort of rolling going forward? They've got Baylor on Saturday, and then the schedule eases off a little bit before tournament time. Jonathan?
Well, Reese, it's quite easy. It's defense. Against Iowa State, they let the Cyclones shoot 60% in the second half. That can't happen. Against OU, they let the Sooners shoot 40% from three-point land. Again, that can't happen. If Texas wants to win, they need to rely on good defense, which they displayed against West Virginia, forcing turnovers and not turning the ball over themselves. And they also have to make their three-point shots when they're open as well. So those are the 2 things. But defense, which has been the hallmark this whole season for Shaka Smart's team, that's what's necessary.
Yeah, I think you really saw the press coverage and the sort of quick pace really paid dividends last night, although West Virginia still did manage to shoot 61% in the first half. Definitely something to watch going forward. Jordan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it comes down to Texas not allowing themselves to get into foul trouble early. You look at Oklahoma, that was a heartbreak loss. Whenever it comes to Iowa State,
Prince Ebay and Connor Lambert both found themselves on the bench a lot sooner than they were used to. And so I feel like if West Virginia, that wasn't the case at all. They allowed themselves to have depth. If you can get Texas to play small, they already have Cam Ridley out. That team's going to get dominated inside the paint and on the boards. So I feel like if they can just stay out of foul trouble, they'll be in good shape.
I think it's a good point. Isaiah Taylor in foul trouble against Oklahoma, not able to really run the offense, and Kerwin Roach struggled a little bit at times. Joe, what do you think? What's the difference there, and how do they keep this going forward?
Well, I think the difference has been the way they've come together after Ridley's injury. Like, you know, like guys like Ebay and even Claire have stepped up, even though Claire's not that good. But I think what they need going forward is they need really to come back. Like I'm tired of, or like his defense and his rebounding has been key to this team's success. And I'm tired of like watching eBay get in foul trouble like 3 minutes in. So it's just 15 minutes of trash basketball with Shaq Claire and Connor Lambert at the post. So they need Ridley back.
So you don't want Prince eBay in there anymore?
It's not starting.
Cam Ridley back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ridley's better.
Okay, didn't exactly address the question, but I do like the willingness to improve. Jordan's going to get the point. I think that's the biggest key. If Texas plays small, if Connor Lambert and Prince eBay get in trouble, they're pretty thin down low, and especially against Baylor this Saturday with guys like Rico Gathers. I think that's something to watch out for. So Jordan, first question, first point, good start, my man. The women's basketball team hasn't won in Norman since 2010, and that streak continued last week as the number 6 team in the country got outscored 29-7 in the fourth quarter, on its way to only the Longhorns' second loss of the season, this time to the number 21 Oklahoma Sooners. Even after what is only their second loss, can Texas still contend in the NCAA tournament and maybe make a Final Four run after really being a top 5 or 6 team all year long? I feel like maybe anything less than an Elite 8 might even be a disappointment. after being Sweet 16 last year. Jordan, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think that you look at Texas' losses this year, and it's come against Baylor and Oklahoma. Baylor's now ranked 4th, OU 21. Those did come by at least double-digit points. However, those are rivalry games too. Anything can happen. So I feel like Texas definitely still has a chance to contend. They'd be silly not to. And I feel like they can definitely make it in the top 4. I'll be shocked if they get knocked out before the Sweet 16, that's for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Joe, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think the team's in good shape. They've shown they can beat and hang with tough teams before. Like they've already beat South Carolina, Tennessee, and they just beat Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. So a couple losses isn't really devastating for them. I think they should still be good once they hit the tournament. So they got some good stuff going for them.
Okay, all positive on this end of the table. Jonathan, what do you think?
Well, as Aaron Rodgers would say, RELAX. Relax. It's just one game. They had a poor shooting night. I mean, nobody shot well. They shot 29% from the field overall and barely 30% from 3. It's going to happen. It's a long season. They play so many games. They've shown over the course of the entire season that they can play with anybody and they can beat anybody. I do believe that they'll make a serious run in the NCAA tournament. I think an Elite 8 is definitely not out of the question, maybe even a Final 4. But just an aside, nobody's beating UConn. I hate to say it, it's not happening. It's not happening now. It's not happening in the next couple of years.
You know, you're getting the point. You may get booed, but you're getting the point for that one because it really doesn't matter in the end. But it'd be fun to see Texas make a Final 4 run. We covered, of course, this Friday. Baseball returned to the dish, and with the Texas season being underway in college baseball, the preseason poll of Big 12 coaches, there was a 3-way tie for the preseason pick for the champion. Last year, TCU won it. Texas and Oklahoma State are also tied there as well for that preseason champion. TCU and Oklahoma State are ranked 10 and 11 in the country, while Texas comes in 29th. The Big 12 seems a bit more wide open than usual, guys. Texas, remember, had to make that late run in the tournament last year, but who do you guys think comes out on top in this sort of tightly packed Big 12 baseball region? We'll start with Joe.
I think TCU wins it. They're way too stacked at every position. A lot of the key guys from last year's run, they're all back, and even they had a good recruiting class last year. They got the Gatorade Player of the Year from out of the whole country. So they're going to be stacked. They're going to run the table, I think.
Okay, Jonathan.
Well, TCU may be really good, as I expect them to be, but they've also lost. They've lost 8 seniors. They lost 3 starting pitchers, or 3 pitchers as well. That was key to last year and years prior. So they're going to be young and talented, but they'll also be young and talented but inexperienced as well. Texas, they lost Parker French, who was their ace last year. We don't really know what we're going to have from the starting pitchers this year. And they also lost Ben Johnson. Now, they still have Trace Barrera and Michael Cantu, who will provide the offensive punch, but it's kind of a wait and see what we're going to get from Texas. I think Oklahoma State is going to take it this year just because they have so many key players coming back. They're very experienced, and so I believe that will lead them through the Big 12 this year.
Yep, CJ and a host have gone from that Texas offense and really defense as well after being an anchor there. Jordan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to reach out on a limb here and say that Texas is going to win.
Okay.
Seniors,
home cooking.
There's not a lot of seniors. I feel like Travis Duke and Ty Colberth will be the only ones that have a presence as far as the upper class goes. Like Jonathan said, Trace Barrera is an offensive engine for the Horns. And I'm going to follow the trend that this year in Texas athletics, the freshman and sophomore classes have played a key role in the team's progress. And I feel like it's going to extend to baseball season. And I feel like this the underclassmen is really going to improve for the Horns. And if you're coached by Augie, anything can happen. So.
Right. I like Texas. I think they may be a little bit too inexperienced at positions. Joe, how can you not like TCU and Jim Schlossnagle? He's put together a factory, but they lost 5 draft picks in the top 5 rounds last year. I think it's Oklahoma State. They're bringing almost everybody back, so you're getting the 2 points headed towards break, and that's going to do it for round 1, guys. Great job overall. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and this is College Crossfire. Thanks for staying with us here on College Crossfire. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here at the X-Fire Open, guys. We've got Jonathan with 2 points, Jordan the rookie, he's got 1. Bringing up the rear is Joe Morris, but throwing up the zeros, that's all right, Joe. We have a bright future ahead, don't worry, guys. The football offseason has chewed up more Texas coaches once again. The Longhorns have a new OC and offensive line coach. Texas also recently just lost defensive backs coach Chris Vaughn because of some recruiting staff, guys. This week they added a fresh running backs coach, a new wide receivers coach, and rumors were defensive line coach Rick Haley nearly left for Texas A&M. Does the seemingly constant carousel of coaching for Charlie Strong's staff start to worry you guys? There's been a lot of changes here in just his first 3 years. Jonathan?
Well, I mean, Reese, we've seen this time and again, not only from Charlie Strong, but also even in the later stages of the Mac Brown era. You see coaches coming and going, just trying to find the right system. Now, I know Chris Vaughn, he had to go for various reasons that I won't get into right now, but it's just, right now, it's all about finding the right fit for those players. And Chris Vaughn, his departure is really the one that worries me the most because he has probably the most talented group of kids in that position, the defensive backs, with Holton Hill and Devontae Davis, Brandon Jones, and not only that, but also his recruiting. He came up with creative ways to recruit even during the dead period when you couldn't necessarily contact those kids. And so I think that might hurt Texas the most.
Right, creative ways that maybe led to his release at a certain level, but certainly a great recruiter. What do you think?
I'm personally not worried at all. I know a lot of people are upset about Chris Vaughn leaving. Personally, Charlie Strong is huge on his core values. We all know that. I think with Vaughn leaving, it shows not only him implementing it on the players, but on his coaching staff as well. This is the University of Texas. We have been lacking lately, but this program is filled with a bunch of pride and tradition. Not a doubt in my mind that Coach Strong is going to find the right person to fill in that coaching staff, and who wouldn't want to rebuild this legacy?
Okay, lots of confidence in the program there. Joe, cannot wait for your answer on this one.
Well, it's a bit concerning with all this turnover because no player wants to go to a college or play for a team if they know their coaches won't be there in 2 or 3 years with them. So it's pretty concerning. But I will say at least Texas has done all they can to keep some of the coaches that they do have. Like they just matched Rick Haley for A&M. So even if he does leave, it's not because of Charlie Strong or the administration. So, it's kind of something that we'll worry about. But it's not anything in the short term that we need to worry about.
Okay, Joe, I'm with you here. I think it may be a little bit concerning, but overall they were able to keep Rick Haley, who brought in 4 defensive tackles alone, a couple defensive in as well. So Joe is getting the point for this one, guys. As we move on to college basketball, we go. This weekend, games with tourney implications went down, including Kansas sweeping Oklahoma and the Dukies upsetting Virginia with a Grayson Allen buzzer beater. As of right now, guys, who are your 4 number 1 seeds? With the big dance sort of looming about a month out. It may be only February, guys, but March is getting close. Jordan?
I've got Maryland, North Carolina, Kansas, and OU.
Wow,
and
2 from the Big 12.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the only reason why I have Maryland over Villanova is because they still have to play Georgetown and Butler. And in the past, both those games, they only won by 5 for each. As far as North Carolina goes, they're unstoppable as long as they aren't playing Javon Felix. And then the Big 12, honestly, Reese, I feel like this is the year that the Big 12 is going to win, bring home a national title in the basketball world.
So you think Kansas is the Big 12 champion?
I do, yeah.
Okay, but OU still gets it done. Joe, what are your top 4?
I like Nova, Kansas, North Carolina, and the winner of Iowa, Maryland, whoever wins the conference. Kansas has just been too raw all year. They just swept Oklahoma, who's many people consider one of the best teams in the country. North Carolina's been consistent all year. They've got solid wins, and I think they're beating Duke right now. And Iowa and Maryland, they're not very convincing, but they're better than Oklahoma. And I think Nova, they'll probably lose in the second round, but I mean, still, you got to give them props for having 3 losses already. So
sure,
yeah.
So who gets in, Maryland or Iowa?
Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
I have Villanova as the number 1 seed. I have Kansas, OU, and I originally had Iowa. But with the upset to Penn State earlier this evening, I have to go back with UNC. I was in between Iowa and UNC, but Villanova, they're just playing the best basketball right now. So they're the best team in the country as of right now. Mm-hmm. Kansas and OU, they just don't have to play each other anymore, so they don't have to worry about each other. If they take care of business against the likes of Texas and Baylor and Iowa State and West Virginia and go meet up in the conference, in the tournament, in the finals, they'll both be number 1 seeds. And UNC, they have a little bit of a tougher schedule, playing Duke twice, Miami, and Virginia. But I think if they can get through that gauntlet relatively unscathed and then go through the conference tournament, they should come out as a number 1 seed as well.
All right, all you guys, great points. I think any one of those teams is going to be really tough to deal with. But I'm going to go with Joe here. I'm not sure that the committee is going to give 2 teams out of the Big 12. I think that's the main issue. So Joe's getting the point for that one, guys. With pitchers and catchers headed to spring training, ESPN recently released their rankings for MLB, and the lovable losers, the Chicago Cubs, are number 1. The Metropolitans are next at number 2. And believe it or not, the Astros land in spot number 3. The defending champs from KC are 4th. Toronto is 5th. Guys, do you agree with their top 5? Why or why not? And what would yours be? Joe, we'll go with you.
No, I don't agree with this. Where's the respect for the teams that have won the four past National League titles before the Mets did this year? The Cardinals and Giants. Like, where are they in these rankings? The Giants got even better with over the offseason with Cueto, Samardzija, and Bernard Span. Like, no, he's not. And the Cardinals are always solid. They find a way, even though they lose some of their best players this season, like, they're still going to find a way to make the playoffs. So, no, I think these rankings are trash.
Okay, totally trash. I like the verbiage.
I absolutely love this because, like Joe said, where are the Cardinals? Where are the Giants? Oh, wait, I don't care. I like the Cubs because of Jake Arrieta, Chris Bryant, best pitcher, best rookie in the NL last year. The Mets with the 3-headed monster on the rotation. You got Harvey, DeGrom, Syndergaard. With the Astros, you got young Carlos Correa. You got AL Cy Young winner Dallas Keuchel, who was perfect at home last year, and he's going to induce ground balls all day. Then you got the Royals, who just refuse to die. The Astros know that personally. That was brutal. And then you also have the, who was 5th? Toronto. They're going to hit home runs left and right. I mean, they may have lost David Price, but they're going to score the most runs in the league again, and they're going to have the most home runs again.
Okay, so you're all in. You're all in.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, way out, all in. Let's go.
I'm perfectly fine with the top 5. I do feel like 2 through 5, though, are interchangeable. As far as number 1 go, the Cubs on paper are without a doubt the best team.
Tell them, baby.
They've got Chris Bryant, who is a future potential MVP candidate, and you've got Atani Rizli, who already is one. As far as the Mets go, questioning their number 2, you look at their schedule, and they're playing the Braves and the Phillies a lot. And so I'm not going to say that they're setting themselves up for an easy schedule, but they're definitely taking the Baylor approach. So I feel like, yeah, for sure, though, the 2 through 5 are interchangeable. But number 1, definitely agree with.
Certainly the NL East not as challenging. Guys, I'm a bit surprised. No Dodgers, no D-backs, the big winners of the offseason. No Boston with new David Price.
It's all about the Astros.
No Rangers. No Rangers? Yes, we are. Rangers were in my top 5, guys. You're all going to get a point. Actually, you 2 that agreed with it are going to get a point here. I think those teams right now on paper are the top 5. Joe, I gave you the first 2 points in a second. So don't even start with it right now. We're done with round 2. Coming up, we will light up rapid fire. You will not want to miss it. Thanks for coming on back. You will be certainly glad you did because we're going to dive into some rapid fire action and light it up here. But before we do, we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. We've got a 3-2-2 section coming up right here. So Jonathan, looking for your second win in a row, but anything can happen, guys, so everyone knows how rapid fire works. I'll throw out a question. You guys jump in at any time. There's no particular order, and points are doubled, now worth 2. Guys, let's get it on. Someone call the cops because we experienced full highway robbery on Saturday night when Zach LaVine won his 2nd straight dunk contest when clearly Aaron Gordon had the best dunk of the night. With that said, guys, time for a game of Caption This. Over on the TV to your right, this is the photo of the dunk that should have won. So it's your job to caption that photo, and the best caption gets the 2 points.
Oh, boy. Can we just call it out at any time?
Yeah, it's all you. Anytime. Rapid fire. Right. Rapid fire, baby.
Let's see.
Dodging my responsibilities like.
Pretty good. It's pretty. So we got dodging my responsibilities like. Solid.
I'm just going to take a seat right here on your head.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Jordan?
Moonwalk. How about the airwalk?
God, that's pretty good. Those are all pretty solid. I think Joe gets it done with dodging responsibilities because I don't know how your legs can get parallel with the top of the rim, but anyways, I'm sure it would dodge a few responsibility, guys. Moving on, starting this season, Texas Baseball will offer tickets to dugout suites for a field-level view of the action. The newly designed seats that are off on your right are just one of the many possible options that you could do to alter inside a baseball stadium seat. So guys, what amenities would you make to a baseball stadium? You can pretty much add whatever you want here. Just get creative. Ways to make a baseball experience cool.
Well, honestly, for me, if you're gonna put in some nice seats, you might as well put in a massage chair with and then you gotta have all these waiters and waitresses just coming, bringing you food, bringing you everything you want. It should be, you should get the full experience. You need silver platters, everything silver. You need them in black ties, everything.
Okay, so putting the classy in baseball, back in baseball.
Right.
Okay.
Seats in like the middle of the field. It's like when the players got to run there first, they got to like run around all the fans.
Yes. Give him the win.
How would that work?
I don't know.
What if somebody gets nailed by a line drive?
That'd be funny.
Wow.
You're killing me. Somebody's
take-
got to beat that, please.
I don't think I can, honestly. I'm going to take like a technology approach. Maybe get like some tablets and seats, and you can just kind of request things and have people come and wait on you. So maybe make it a little bit fancier. Yeah.
Okay, so no, we don't have any pools, no like cool seats from like a helicopter.
The Jaguars
like,
already did the pools, and look how they are. They're pretty bad. They have the pools, and they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted like seats from a helicopter or something, or like looking down on the field. I was hoping for something, but I guess seats in the middle of the field would be kind of cool. But,
maybe like a pool in the middle of the field, so like the players have to like swim to get the fly ball.
All right, Joe gets the 2 points for the pool in the
we go.
middle of the field and the seats in the middle of the field. Guys, both one question to go. Anybody can win it with the NBA trade deadline approaching. It looks like it may be a bit of a snoozer down the wire. So time for the J crew, the Joe Bros, to put on their GM caps and tell us the trades that should happen but might not end up happening in the NBA.
Raymond Felton for Steph Curry.
What's that?
Raymond Felton for Steph Curry.
Raymond Felton for Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Joe, you're on the verge of me deducting points for how preposterous a Raymond Felton for Steph Curry
Then do
trade
it.
would be. Okay, you lost 2 points.
All right.
I would go Dwight Howard for Al Horford and Kyle Korver.
Wow.
I mean, the Rockets,
Okay.
Dwight Howard, you're a cancer. It's plain and simple. You're a cancer. You're not doing the Rockets any good right now. You need to go.
Okay. So
Probably
okay, I like that. So Kyle Korver to Houston.
To Houston.
Okay, and Dwight going the other direction.
And Al Horford coming to Houston.
And Al Horford. Okay, gotcha.
I personally don't have any specific trades in mind, but I feel like if anybody were to trade for either Howard or Rondo, they'd be wasting their time, without a doubt. Both those guys, like he said, are super cancerous, so just get them out of the league.
Yep. Okay, out of the league entirely. I'm not sure if you want to go out of the league.
Send them overseas. Send them overseas.
Okay, overseas.
JaVale McGee for the 95-96 Bulls.
Oh my God.
Joe, I want you to know that you had the win almost locked up, and you're inching back. You're going the wrong direction. What do you think about a Blake Griffin trade? No. Blake Griffin to anywhere.
He's injured. He's going to miss the rest of the season pretty much.
He'll be back.
I'll
Like
have
for the
the Rockets
last
take him.
month.
I'll let the Rockets
Last
take him.
Rockets?
The Rockets, they need help.
So
They need lots of help.
Dwight to the Clips.
Do something like that. The Clippers can figure out the DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard situation.
Okay.
We'll let them
Okay,
figure that
just
out.
two giant bigs.
That's right.
Okay, what about Kevin Love?
Nah, the Cavs need him. Like they're trying to trade everyone, and like it's just like they're making trades just for the sake of trading. Like the Pacers did 2 years ago, and that wrecked their team. So I don't know why they're doing this.
They do need help, but I don't think. Yeah, I agree with Joe. You can't just trade just for the sake of trading Kevin Love. I mean, if you want to even have any sort of chance of competing in the NBA Finals, not saying they're going to beat the Warriors because they're not, but Kevin Love needs to be there.
Okay. Do you guys see any trades possibly coming that you think are realistic, or maybe a surprise team that could jump in there, maybe on the verge of the West or the East, but getting someone and maybe pursuing anybody like?
I feel like the Magic are always just making trades this year.
A Magic or maybe a Jazz jumping in there, maybe a Boston.
I think
they're trying to get Ty Lawson. The Jazz were, and he doesn't even like he didn't even like Utah. Like he said like multiple times, like, "Hey, do you want to play for Utah?" He's like, "No, I hate Utah."
Well, one of the ones that I've been hearing is you can This is with the Rockets and the Heat. Dwight Howard for Hassan Whiteside. But I don't know how well that would work. You got two immature giant men just basically swapping cities, and how well would that work? I mean, probably not.
And Hassan Whiteside probably needs to stay. I mean, Joe, as much as it pains me to do it because of your ridiculous trades that were proposed, including JaVale McGee, and I don't even want to repeat the other one because of how preposterous it is, but you are going to get the 2 points here, and you're going to take home the win. You're first of 2016, so you're going to get sorry. Save the FaceTime for next week. You can do your celebration. Okay, you do have FaceTime because I'm such a giving person, and I will award you FaceTime. You get 30 seconds. Go.
All right.
Generally, FaceTime you talk and tell us one specific thing you'd like to know. So try it again. Try it again.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it for show 2 in 2016. Follow us on Twitter for the latest show news at College X-Fire, and watch us live here every week at 9, every Wednesday at 9, that is, for the latest Longhorn sports news. Watch College Press Box Mondays at 9:30. They tweet as well at College Press Box, so watch out for that one. Special thanks to the panelists, everyone in Studio Master Control. Joe Morris is your winner. He'll be back next week. A very special thanks to each and every one of you for spending your Wednesday night with us. Until next week, I'm Reese Miller. Have an awesome week.